In the past, we needed certifications, right? But in the current AI era, that has lessened quite a bit. They haven't vanished entirely, but what truly matters is what you can actually do, your practical skills. Yes? Greetings everyone, this is Error. I frequently review AI reports, yet I haven't produced much content on them until now. However, since my last upload garnered significant interest, I've chosen to extract only the most crucial insights from a recently published, highly valuable report to share and elaborate upon with all of you today. PricewaterhouseCoopers has just released a comprehensive report titled Fearless Future, the Global AI Jobs Barometer, and the subtitle of this significant report is as follows. They say that AI makes people more valuable, and there are many such reports, statistical data, and analytical materials, aren't there? I'm going to quickly organize and present these contents for you. Since it wouldn't be very interesting to just go through them as is, I've categorized them by theme. Firstly, the question is how high AI's productivity really is, and to what extent it can amplify its value as an economic asset. To put it simply, there's an analysis detailing how quickly AI can enable businesses to enhance productivity and directly increase individual incomes. The first graph worth examining is precisely this one. It shows how much productivity has grown depending on how much exposure there has been to AI. This analysis focused on the growth rate related to productivity from 2018 to 2024. Specifically, for the industry sectors with the highest exposure to AI, their growth rate registered as the highest, reaching 27%. That's a level that's almost 3 times higher than those with less exposure. So I think this is a prime example of how AI goes beyond just automating tasks, and actually significantly enhances the capabilities of employees. Recently, with the emergence of agent AIs and the increasing reliance on AI for various tasks, we are seeing applications like data analysis, drafting initial reports, or even the automatic generation of meeting minutes after a session. Because AI can autonomously handle these complex tasks, it allows humans to focus more on creative and strategic decision making. Currently, some individuals are utilizing Microsoft Copilot to develop PowerPoints, and with a range of new AI agents emerging, many are simply delegating the creation of presentations and documents to AI. The next chart is quite fascinating as well. When we compare the sectors with the most and least AI exposure since 2022, we observe that the industries with the highest AI exposure have experienced a dramatic surge, nearly quadrupling in value within just 2 years. Conversely, can you notice how productivity has actually declined in those sectors with lower AI exposure? The year 2022 marked the actual dawn of generative AI with ChatGPT's emergence, wouldn't you agree? On top of that, wages are also rising rapidly. In industries exposed to AI, you can see that wages are rising very quickly, right? At 16.7%. That's almost double the annual wage increase. In addition, as you already know, the salaries for people in Silicon Valley or those involved with AI are extremely high. What you immediately see here is that workers with AI skills on average are enjoying a 56% wage premium. However, this 56% represents merely the average across the board. Depending on the field, the distribution varies widely from 120%. You can also see the premium getting quite high in wholesale and retail, and it's clearly very high in areas like energy and information and communication. So ultimately, what they're asserting is that the productivity enhancements brought about by AI don't solely boost a company's output. Instead, they also contribute to a rise in the wages of its employees. Of course, we may not be able to say that the distribution is this widespread. We lack specific statistical data here, but it's plausible to interpret that individuals who swiftly adopted AI-related technologies had the opportunity to significantly enhance their abilities and increase their earning potential. So, if the first segment focused on AI's productivity and economic value, the second part I put together addresses whether AI has truly done away with jobs or significantly changed the character of current roles. I've compiled and arranged data that reconstructs the whole labor market to look into these questions. Now, if you look here, some jobs will be more susceptible to full automation. And then there are also augmentable jobs, which means they have the potential for enhancement or augmentation. That's the degree to which we are referring. And by and large, you can observe a U-shaped progression where income levels are generally experiencing growth. In this graph, the vertical axis also shows wages. So rather than concluding that AI makes specific jobs worthless, this statistical data indicates that the value of the jobs themselves has actually increased. This is because AI can eliminate repetitive tasks or enable humans to concentrate on more intricate and crucial responsibilities. It's a testament to how AI augments rather than diminishes job value. Now, this particular graph, in essence, compares occupations more heavily exposed to AI with those that are less so. And if you observe carefully, you'll notice that the demand for every single one of them is situated above the 0% mark. Wouldn't you agree? And those who have more exposure to AI show a slightly lower percentage, meaning there's less demand. So, regardless of AI, both types of jobs are seeing an increase in numbers. However, when it comes to the rate of increase, jobs less impacted by AI are growing significantly more, while those with greater AI influence are seeing a more gradual rise, averaging 38%. Essentially, AI is boosting employment across the board, but for this specific group, the growth is somewhat slower. Ultimately, we can interpret that AI is not fully eliminating jobs. Instead, it is actually strengthening them and acting more as a supportive assistant. Even looking at this graph, you can see that the number of jobs continues to grow. There are areas where automation is possible and areas where augmentation is possible. Augmentation might sound a bit difficult, but it literally means areas where AI can help versus areas it can completely replace. place. When you look at both, the report says jobs are increasing in all these areas. Thus, we can observe that it is bringing about growth across a considerably diverse range of sectors. Amazon's logistics robots didn't reduce fulfillment center staff. They actually boosted it. While the robots are responsible for physical transportation, human employees have taken on more advanced roles managing these robot systems, addressing exceptional situations, and supervising the overall process. Of course, we do not know what the future holds, but for now, that is the current situation. So that covered the topic of jobs. Finally, I've outlined what kind of individuals are now essential. To start, it would be beneficial to examine this particular graph. Before we dive into which specific skills are in demand, we analyze the extent to which required skills have transformed within various industries. Consequently, as was shown previously, roles and occupations that are extensively exposed to artificial intelligence are undergoing transformation at a rate 66% quicker compared to those that are not. Since AI is constantly changing, there will be a lot more skills to learn, right? This rate is said to be 2.5 times faster than last year. You could say it's getting faster and faster. Now, on top of that is a degree necessary. Well, when I give lectures, many university students and even parents often express similar concerns regarding AI and their children. The perceived need for a degree in jobs exposed to AI has decreased by up to 9%. This suggests that degrees might be progressively becoming less essential. One could interpret it in that manner. The focus shifts to what knowledge and skills one has acquired. In earlier times, qualifications such as I graduated from high school, or I completed a particular university, attained a master's, a PhD, and even did a postdoc served as crucial credentials. Things like I'm a professor somewhere, or I came from this company. Compared to the past when these credentials were important, they matter a bit less in the current AI era. It's not gone, but what truly matters is your practical skills, what you can actually do. Lastly, I want to wrap up by looking at this. AI usage is accelerating. It's accelerating in every industry. What this graph is trying to show is that the change in AI isn't just a change in technology, but a change that is happening across the board. See, jobs shrank both last year and the year before, didn't they? It's been contracting. But conversely, AI-related jobs have actually grown, haven't they? On top of that, even if you look across various sectors, do you see how the orange bar for 2024 is a bit higher than in 2023? This means that in every industry, the proportion of jobs requiring AI skills has grown. Ultimately, this shows that AI isn't just a trend in a specific technology or industry, but can be seen as an infrastructure, as a tool. In the past, if there was no electricity, nothing would operate. Or if there was no internet, company applications couldn't run. This report indicates that AI is increasingly establishing itself as a general-purpose technology, capable of encompassing all industrial foundations, showing such a trend. In this situation, it's not just companies, but also individuals who need the ability to use this AI. In elementary school, I took tests for computer literacy and word processor certifications. Just as we've done before, it can be interpreted that the era where the ability to leverage AI itself is considered a core personal competency has already dawned. For those who are more comfortable with English, we are running the Andogonghak channel, Unreal Tech. Please introduce it to many people. On Instagram, at unrealtech.era, I frequently upload a lot of short video clips that you won't find posted on YouTube. We also summarize and bring you brief news updates, so please stay tuned and show us your support. This has been Era.